Good morning. Here I am. I am now in Willowbrook, Illinois, and enjoying my journey, getting ready for my new steps, trying to adjust to the fact that it's an hour earlier here than it was. So I'm a little late getting my act together because I'm looking at this time, not the time it is where y'all are. So anyway, I left yesterday from that very interesting travel lodge. It was very nice. Don't get me wrong. It was very nice. So I left there in the morning and enjoyed, quite a pleasant drive. I was like, you know what? This is really good. I can handle this, man. I can drive cross country up and down and front and back. And so after I drove a while, I decided to, it was time to leave a rock. I wanted to make sure I got a rock in to, let's see, where was I? Was I here yet? Oh, Lord have mercy. Anyway, I went to, it was not in Illinois. It was in Indiana. No, it wasn't. Oh, my stars. I have traveled so much I forgot where I left the damn rock. So anyway, I had left a rock at a travel plaza when I went for lunch. And I wrote it down somewhere. And I left it at a pet walking area. So you can go on to GVC Roaming Rocks and see where the heck it was I left that, because I can't think of it right now. And time is ticking. I don't want to go looking it up while I'm talking to you. So I drove a little while more, and I'm just enjoying all this. And then I went past a road sign. And the road sign said, Indian Motorcycles, Elkhart, Indiana. And I went, oh my God. My son Sean loves Indian motorcycles. And so I said, you know what? I am going to go to Elkhart, Indiana and plant a rock at the Indian Motorcycle Center. So I said, that'd be fun. So I pulled off the road, made me a little side trip. See, I think that's what this is about. It's like when I went to Paducah, I went because I just thought that'd be a cool thing to do. That's not the official Route 66. It's just something I wanted to do. So I went, and I have to tell you, I fell among some of the most wonderful people. I walked in and I told them, hi, I'm not buying a motorcycle, but my son loves Indian motorcycles, so I was wondering if you would do me 3 favors. And they were very accommodating. Sure, what do you want done? And I said, well, first of all, I'd like to be able to take a couple pictures of your motorcycle center because it is amazing and Sean loves it. I have to tell you, I was impressed. If I were younger or whatever, I might think about buying one of these babies. So I asked them if I could take some pictures, and they said yes. And I asked them if I could leave a rock there. And then I explained the whole roaming rocks thing. And, they thought that was quite interesting. And then I said, would you take a picture of me on one of those bikes? Well, later today, you're going to have to check my my wall or my timeline. I am going to post the pictures, and I would like to. I gave Casey, one of the young men from the motorcycle place, my card. He was they were all outstanding, but Casey, very good. If he's single, you young women out in the Elkhart, Indiana area, go down there. It's great. If he's married, man, the woman that got him, you're a lucky woman. And so we had a great time there, and they offered me water or soda or whatever. Well, they call it pop. You're not on the East Coast anymore when you hear that. So I left Elkhart, and I'm still really excited, and I'm thinking, this drive is really good. And then I started hitting tolls. Oh, my stars. I got to tell you, I had to pay in my drive yesterday no less than $40 in tolls. Probably more, but I didn't have a chance to look it up because I don't want to go on to my accounts here where I am because I am not confident that I have a secured internet connection, so I won't check my account. I'm trying to do everything I can with my credit card, which is something you all want to pay attention to if you're thinking about doing this kind of trip, because that's one way to keep track of your expenditures. And I mean, I used it to buy a pack of gum. That's another little camping trip I'd like to throw in, that if you're driving and it's going to be a ways till the next exit and you're not really drowsy, but you're starting to feel a little sluggish, get yourself some peppermint gum. And so the peppermint gum, when you chew it, it just kind of jazzes you up a little bit. So that's a little tip. So I put that $1.62 on my card. But anyway, then I got closer and closer to Chicago. And the closer I got to Chicago, the worse everything got. The worse the traffic got, the worse the construction got. I started to get really intimidated. It was not unlike my days of driving LA, except it was worse than driving LA because that's basically freeways, whereas this was people coming, people going around loops and coming back another way, people merging, and it's like, what am I doing here? And so if you ever decide to make this this journey on Route 66, and there's a way you can get to the takeoff point, or maybe just go down 20 miles or so from where it takes off and avoid the city. Totally, I support that. So then my plan for last night was to stop at a hostel. I hosteled when I was in Denmark, and I really liked it. And I said, I think I'm going to do a hostel again. And I found one in Chicago. So I set my GPS up for it, and apparently I set up the wrong one, because when I called them on a break to check whether they had any availability or anything, whereas the webpage had said $30 a night, I called this place and said, what is the rate again? And she said $130 an hour. Oh, no, that's not the one I was thinking of, and because that's like twice what I've been paying for motels, and I'm not doing it. I'm on a shoestring, remember? So I found the one that I had initially found. It's called AAE Hostel. And so I decided, part of me is like, I'm in the city. First of all, expect higher prices because you're in the city. Secondly, I'm thinking, I don't like this place. It's too full of people. It's a huge area that makes you so claustrophobic you feel like you're in an anthill or something. It was really bad. So I said, now look, woman, are you in this for an adventure? Are you in it for the easy way? So I said, I'm in it for the adventure. So I decided, okay, I am going to go find a hostel. Oh, God. And I was hellhole. That's the only word I can think of it, hellhole. It's crowded. There's not a single parking space anywhere. And I'm dry. I mean, it's if you live there, I suppose it's cute. There's lots of pubs. There's lots of little local points of interest and shops. I'm not going there. So I finally find, after going around blocks and down streets and down side streets and not knowing what in God's name I'm doing, I am driving down. I'm supposed to be going right past where it is, and I look up, and the street's kind of dark, and there's no sign that says AEE Hostel. I did see some young people getting out of a taxi, and they had backpacks and stuff. So my assumption is that they were going into the hostel, and I said, that's not happening. I'm not going in there. No place to park my car. I'm not doing this. So I had to find a place where I could safely pull over and find a hotel, a motel near where my friends that I'm going to visit today live. So I said, all right, and I found a place, and it's like 30 some odd miles away. And I'm thinking, okay, I can do this. But I mean, the traffic, getting out of Chicago. And I'm just thinking, dear God, don't make me go back to Chicago. Don't ever make me go back to Chicago. And so I find a very reasonably priced, a Red Roof Inn. So I said, okay. And it said it was $69. And I said, well, that's not too bad. It didn't have breakfast, but, Red Roof is nice. So I park the car and I go in, and the woman says, oh, I'm sorry. We don't have any rooms available in that price range. We only have starting at $89 plus tax. And I said, okay, sorry about that. I'm going to go to my car, and I'm going to look for something a little cheaper because I'm traveling on a shoestring, and look for something a little cheaper. And if I can't find it, I'll be back. I'll be back in. I'm just going to parking lot. So the lady looks at me and she goes, I'll tell you what, how about I give you a special price? I'll give you $69.99 plus tax. Yes, okay, that's what I came in for. And as I was in there, I shared my story about my trip. I share it every chance I get, not for any sympathy or anything, but that other people just may come to know the value. One of the things I learned is the bigger the trauma, the greater the healing move has to be, the greater you have to do to shift gears and get back on track with your life. And so I did not do this for sympathy or anything, but the woman says, okay, blah, blah, here's your stuff. That's $77. And I'm going like, oh, yeah, it's a lot of tax, but same thing in Connecticut. So she says, I upgraded you to a premium room. Didn't ask for it. Got a premium room for the price of the cheapest room. So a premium room is a little different than a regular room. Amongst other things, you get in your mini fridge a little box of goodies. It had like 2 health bars and a thing of trail mix and a thing of microwave popcorn and a water and an orange juice. I mean, how could you go wrong? So I enjoyed that very much. Now, I'm going to try to show you the other amenities because they're quite interesting. Hang on a second. I'm going to move things around a little bit here. Now, one of them is that when you walk in, your room kind of looks like this. This is a very big bed, and the pillows say soft and firm. So you have your choice of soft and firm. So that's kind of what it looks like when you get here. And then this is kind of what it looks like after me being in there and doing some of my planning. So, but that was quite interesting. And it's another reason to, you can, I had my choice, and maybe a number of years ago, I would have said, like, what do you mean there are only $89 rooms left? Yeah. And, but I was just flat out, I don't have the money. I got to look for something cheaper. And I got not only the room, but a premium room. They also have what's called a raised sink. Let me see if you can see it from here. See it down there? It comes up. Now, I have no idea what the purpose of that is. The only thing I can imagine it is to pick on and annoy little people such as myself, because you could easily bang your teeth on it, and when you go to brush your teeth, ding, So, but it's lovely and impressive if you're into that kind of thing. And I'm very happy that I had that opportunity to have such a room. So yesterday was not a 1 rock day, just, it was a 2 rock day because I had to put that one in Elkhart. And then we did have the hellhole. I made a few notes to make sure I tell you everything. I'll be as quick as I can. No wine was provided. I brought in here. Oh, it's funny that you should say that, Lynn, because I brought in not 1 little bottle of wine, but 2, because driving through Chicago was pure hell. But I only had 1 because that was really enough. I was kind of tired. All right. Okay. Told you the hostel story. Told you I'm in Willowbrook. Told you about my upgrade. All that's good. Now, I had told you things about what you want to bring, okay? And so every day if I think of something that is really important to bring that I hadn't thought about before, one is paper plates and bowls and stuff. I do have them in the car, but I never think about it until I'm in my room. And this room is on the second floor, and the stairs are broken. So every time you need to go down the stairs, you need to go on the elevator, which is kind of unnerving if you think about what if there were an emergency. However, along with the bowls, you should bring some forks and stuff like that, because I didn't. So yesterday I made my little dinner. You know, I told you, I don't know if I told you, I packed a whole bunch of ready to heat and eat foods. And I got some Indian stuff. And for those of you that are in Middletown, Connecticut area, there is an Indian store right next to Udupi restaurant. And oh my stars, I got a paneer, palak paneer, and something else. Hang on. No, it's too far down in the trash. I can't get out. So I didn't have a spoon either. And so I went from here downstairs to get my maps. I'd forgotten them, and I came back. Then I realized the bowl. Then I went down to get the bowl, and then I came back. And then I realized I forgot something else I really needed, and I went downstairs, and I came back. Well, down the elevator anyway. And all this time I didn't get a spoon. And when I realized I didn't have a spoon, it's like, oh God, what am I going to do now? So what did I do? I'm very clever. I used the coffee cup top, and I scooped it. So that was my spoon. So you can be very creative. But, so those are the things you want to make sure you have available. And what I'm realizing is I've got to reorganize my bag so that I have things I can take and leave real easy. And I wanted to show you a rock. Oh, yeah, this is a rock. I finally brought one in to show you. This has little flowers on it. I'll probably place this one today. And that's the information on the back that tells you what to do with the rock. So that's really becoming a fun part of my journey. Now, the other things you want to make sure you bring are my wine glass. I had to have that. Now, if you have something special like that you want to bring, you should bring it. Because even though you're leaving home to get away from home, to have a new experience, you want to bring something from home. Another thing I brought was this. This guy's name, I understand, is called Lobo, but he's my Sammy totem. It's like, for me, it's like Sammy's going with me. So she rides in the car with me, sitting next to me on the seat. And, okay, so that's what you should bring for today. Then what should you take? That's another question, because, you know, these places are full of stuff to take. Like all the little, you know, these little things, you know, the soap and shampoo and stuff like that. And why not take them? Except that if you're not going to use them, why take them? It's not good for us. It's not good for the environment. It's something that just because you paid for it. Now, there's other things that if you're inclined to take, you take. This place actually had a little package of the tiny to-go tissues. Oh, I grabbed those because you never know when you're going to need that. I also feel free to take a pen. It's included in the price of the room. However, if you're not going to use it and you don't need it, don't take it. And just because you paid for the room doesn't mean you paid for pillows or blankets or towels or anything like that. So, of course, we're not going to take that. This is about prosperity consciousness. When we take things that we don't need and we probably won't use, we're coming from a place of lack, like we don't have enough. Believe me when I tell you, I got enough. So the soaps are staying, and the other little things are staying. I am taking that snack pack. Let me tell you, I already ate most of it, but I think the juice and the popcorn and water are left, and they're going with me. So now today I am going to be headed to my friend Carla Golden's house. She's Unity Minister, and I'm going to try to stop at two different Unity churches to promote my books. I just want to take a look and see what Lenny had to say. That's true. That's true about the bowl and everything. And I do try to be very ecologically conscious. Yet there's times when when you're on this trip, and it's going to be 3 weeks, I try to travel as light as possible. And sometimes at the end of the day, I just don't feel like doing dishes. So anything in moderation, nothing in excess. But I thank you for the tip, Lenny. And I am going to go off to my day, and I'll be looking forward to sharing with you tomorrow whatever adventures I have today. Probably in the same time-ish, because it's before they kick me out of the hotel. So, and I don't want to hit traffic when I'm driving, which is another thing. You want to plan your trip so you're not driving if you don't have to when there's traffic. So bless you all. Thank you for stopping by. If you have any questions or anything, you can message me, private message me, post on my page, whatever. And I will see you in cyberspace. God bless. Keep me in your prayers for safety and fewer tolls. Bye.